What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for joining me. This is our watch list for the week of August 14th. I put these videos out for you guys for free every single day. I do daily watch lists as well. We do monthly swing plays. This is our weekly watch list. As we go through this video, we're going to talk about a little bit of the nuances of trading with this strategy, the Strat, created by Rob Smith, RIP Rob. He gave us this very special way to trade in the stock market. It's probably better than most ways you will find. Now, every strategy is based off of probability, including this one. If anybody tells you anything different, they're lying to you. But this one by far is one of the easiest because it shows you where to get into trades and it shows you where to get out of trades. If you're new to the channel, if you're new to the strategy, I've got over 100 videos teaching you guys how to learn this stuff. I've got a beginner tools playlist for you guys to check out as well, and then I break each one of those down into smaller videos. But let's get started on this list. The first thing I want to go through with you guys is TradingView. So this is what you see on your screen right now. That's TradingView. I've provided a link down below in the description, so that link will get you a free 30-day trial to TradingView, and then if you decide to actually go ahead and use their sub-based services, you'll get up to, I think it's $30 off of that subscription, but you need to start by clicking on that link. You can do that now, or you can wait till after the video, but let's go through this list. So the first one we've got on our list is CL. That's Colgate-Palmolive. So what we've got on here is a double inside bar. Now, you can see we have, the way I set my triggers are the pink lines, okay? That's for my weekly. If I go to the daily chart, that's how I set my triggers on the daily chart. Now, it's important to use all of this stuff, but if we trigger the day, our first target on both ends are the pink lines, which are also the triggers for the weekly. So your day trades have potentials to turn into something longer, a more of a swing trade. So when we look at double inside bars, they don't happen very often. They happen even less on a weekly time frame, more so than a daily. But if we go back and look at them, and you notice my bars are painted yellow, and then I've got this blue highlight over top of it. That's part of the Griswold Strat indicator I created for you guys. Now, I'm glad this worked out the way it did, because if you look at this, we gapped up, we didn't even hit targets, and then we came back all the way down in an outside bar. Now, for me, this is based off of probabilities. So did this work out? No, it didn't. Did it do what we thought it would do? No. What we thought it would do? No, it didn't. Let's go see if we can find one more. We'll look for that fancy blue highlight. If we just go back in time, and again, I don't even know if we'll find one because they are so rare. So there's a triple inside bar, but again, it did the exact same thing. We went outside bar in the week, but when we triggered, we did trigger up and we hit targets. Okay, so that's the kind of thing that we're looking for off of those double inside bars, and we're gonna look for the same thing here off of CL coming into next week. So we can look for the calls off of this pink trigger at 77.19, or we can look for the puts at 76.12. Now, if we trigger to the upside, the first target is just the high wick, the previous high wick. So here, then the next target would be there. If we're looking to the downside, the first target would be here, the low of the preceding wick, and then the next low of the preceding wick. We don't go through the candle wicks, we just go to the next lowest one. And if we went back in time, again, you would just go to the next lowest one, which would be here, here, and then here. Okay? So it's not a real difficult strategy, guys. It is very simple. The candlesticks tell a story. They tell you exactly what to do. They tell you exactly where to get into the trade. They tell you exactly where to get out of the trade. And if you're looking to where to get out of a trade, go search my channel. Any of the short videos that I've got show you exactly how I trade every single day. Now, CL has that daily chart on it that we looked over. So that's those two yellow lines that we looked at. So if we trigger the day, we're looking to also trigger the week in that same direction. So pay attention to that if you're looking at CL on the weekly. We move on to BA. That's Boeing. So Boeing has an inside bar again, just a single one. But if we go back and look at the last time we had the inside bar on Boeing, we had 2 straight weeks for this to run up, okay? We triggered, and then we hit targets here on this second week, okay? And that's all we look for, okay? This week here, we triggered and we hit targets, okay? It did what it said it was going to do. So we're going to look for the exact same thing on Boeing. What we have here that's different is we have a shooter candle. So we have a shooter candle is one of the 3 actionable signals in this strategy. So you have the inside bar, you have the shooter candle, which you see here. A shooter candle, guys, is very simple. You have the body at the bottom with a wick to the top, and it should be about 2 times the length of this body. So we're left with a shooter candle. That is an actionable signal. The other one is a hammer candle. We'll see if there's one as we go through here. So we have 2 actionable signals on this setup, the inside bar and the shooter candle. So we can look for this to trigger still on both ends, but based on it being a shooter and an inside bar, I'm going to look for this to trend down, and we're just going to look for it to hit first targets here at 229.95. It can trend up, and then our first target is here. If we're looking at calls, if it does trend up next week, then we're looking for our trigger to be around 243, wherever that marks out at the top of the wick, okay? If you guys do have questions, I usually do these live. I'm not doing it live tonight, but these are usually live. If you do have questions, you can leave them in the comment section. If you're on Twitter, I'm there as well, at Mr. Clark Griswold. Or there's a link down below to join my Discord, which is absolutely free. Just like this video that you guys are watching, it's absolutely free. Okay, there is a paid portion of it where I have a 1-hour strat course that takes you guys from the beginning to the very difficult parts of the strat. Leads you through that over a 1-hour time frame. So you don't have to go searching for the videos. It's just laid out for you. It gives you the top 5 setups in these videos that I give out for free. Okay, you get the top 5 plays that I pick out of here. It gets you a one-on-one with myself through Google Meets and a bunch of other stuff, okay, including the indicator that I've created. So the indicator gives you these inside bars that are painted yellow. It gives you these 1, 2, and 3 numbers here, and it gives you time frame continuity. It gives you Sarah Strat Sniper's 50% rule. Okay, but let's go through this inside bar on Cat, and we're going to look for the same thing that we did right here. We're going to look for this big break. And there are guys that like to play Cat quite often on swing plays because Cat tends to have really big runs. If you look, it tends to have these big runs. So Cat is a good thing to play for swing plays, I found over time. We can look for calls here at 288.09, puts at 274.78. I will preface by saying, and be honest with you guys, I don't do a lot of swing trading, but I am giving you guys the setups for the swing trades for what is probable to happen this week. Okay, so that's a setup on Cat. We move on to DIA. So DIA has a 2 down that finished green. So you can see a 2 down. This candle only broke the low right here of the previous candle. Barely, but it did. That's a 2 down. A 2 up would only break the high of the previous candle. Like you see on this candle right here, it only broke the high right here. So that's a 2 up. 2 up, 2 down. Now when we have a 2 down that finishes green, that's where things change for me, where I'm going to start looking for this to trend to the upside. Because we finished in a buyer's market, buyers kind of took over last week. So that's what we're looking for here. 2 down, finish green. Our trigger is 355.92, and then we've got our targets at the top of the preceding wick. Now, we have really good time frame continuity here. There's buyers on the year. There's buyers on the quarterly. Okay. The yellow line, again, guys, represents the daily chart. So if I go to the daily, I've got a 2 down green on the daily as well. So if we trigger on the day, gives you a spot to get in a little early. If we trigger on the day, our first target is also the trigger for the week. So it's something to watch for on DIA, the diamonds. We move on to eBay. eBay, 2 down green. So we can look for calls there at 44.59 with a target. On to Google. Google, there's that double inside bar again. We also have a trigger on the daily. So if I switch to the daily chart, there it is, 2 down green. We'll see how that one plays out as well. But the double inside bar off of Google, and if we go back on the Google machine to see, the last time we had a double inside bar on Google, we'll look for that blue highlight, part of my indicator. You can buy that indicator separately, by the way. You don't have to get the membership, but it comes with it. The indicator separately is $25. The membership is $50. And you get all the other things with it as well. So again, there was that double inside bar. Okay, we triggered, we hit target 1, we hit target 2. Okay, to a T. Told you exactly what it was going to do, and that's exactly what it did on Google. We move on to Home Depot. Home Depot with the 2 down finish green. So we can look for calls at 332.90. You see that purple line there? That's my 3-month chart. So we are already 2 up on the quarterly chart. So that's telling me we have buyers here on the quarterly. We have buyers on the yearly. Okay, people are buying up Home Depot. If we go see the month, it's red, but it is barely red. Okay, if we trend up, if we trigger that on the weekly, we are full green right across the board. Time frame continuity. If you don't know what time frame continuity is, folks, you need to check out the video that I've got. Go to my YouTube channel. I'm going to see if it's on here. It is not. So at some point I'll have it on there and we'll take a look. But you go to the YouTube channel, my YouTube channel, and you search in TFC or time frame, and that video will show up. It'll explain to you exactly what this is and how it works, because it's so important to you guys when you're doing with this strategy or any strategy. You should really, this should be a large part of your focus when you're trading. So the H represents the hourly, the D is the daily, W weekly, M monthly, Q quarterly, Y yearly, and the arrows just tell you which direction it is currently. So it's green currently, it's got a green candle, green candle, green candle, red on the month, but barely, green on the quarterly, green on the yearly. Move on to Home Depot. 3-1 setup. Okay, so the outside bars, I told you they were painted white. There's the 3 that we talked about. And then I've got this gold highlight over top of them, so it helps you find those a little easier. Last time we had one, boom. Okay, outside bar, inside bar, triggered, and a fantastic run to the downside. Okay, did exactly what it said it was going to do. Exactly. Okay, so we're going to do the exact same thing here. We're going to look for the exact same thing. We're going to look for this. I'm just going to move that trigger, should be up there. We're going to look for calls at 62.59, puts at 60.62. First target here, first target here. And if we go to the daily is showing we have a setup as well. I'm going to get rid of that one. There we go, 2 down green. So we'll see how this one plays out. We'll see if we trend up and break the trigger to the downside, or if we just continue this downtrend on the day with Coca-Cola. Move into Pfizer. Pfizer with an inside bar. It's in a downward trend, so we can look for puts at 34.90, but calls are still possible at 36.37. We move on to Starbucks. There's that 3-1 setup again that we see. Not very common, but we see it there. And again, I'm glad this pops up, because it shows you that we don't always hit targets, okay? This is all probability based, guys. Every trading scenario that you are in, whether you're looking at the weekly chart, the daily chart, the 15-minute chart, the 30-minute chart, the 1-minute chart, does not matter. Every setup that you guys are looking at, every strategy that someone presents to you, or that you have found, or that you have created, is all based off of probability. There's nothing that's 100%. And the reason that is because when we open up on Monday, nobody knows what's going to happen here. We could break up and then continue down and go outside bar. We don't know. We could just go 2 up. We could stay inside bar. Nobody knows. And that's where the probability comes in, okay? It's all probability based. And it's emotion based, and it's psychology based, and it's rule based. If you learn this strategy and stick to the rules, you will be far and away ahead of most people, because most people don't stick to their rules. Once emotion gets added into it, the rules get thrown out the window. And that's just the nature of the beast when you're trading, whether you're swing trading or day trading. Emotions come into play. Okay? They just do. And once you overcome that fear of losing money and trading and greed, and you realize you may win, you may lose, okay? But make sure you have your rules in place to get out of that trade before you blow up your account, okay? So Starbucks, 3-1, calls at 102.37, puts at 99.47. We'll see how that one plays out. We look at XLU, 2 down green. We're going to look for calls here at 65.07. Again, we have the 2 yellow lines, so we can go to that daily chart and the 3-1 setup on the daily. So if we trigger on the day to the upside, our first target is the trigger for the weekly. But I do want to point out there's that purple line there as well, the 3-month chart. We are already 2 down on the 3-month chart. But funny enough, look, we hit targets perfectly. This candle said, if you trigger to the bottom side, you are likely going to hit targets. It did that, and then it reversed back up. So Are we going to trend all the way back up to here and go outside bar? I don't know. We'll see how the daily plays out. We'll see how that weekly chart plays out with the 2 down green. Not quite a hammer candle. I would like to see this body up a little bit higher, okay? Not quite a hammer candle, but it's pretty close to that third actionable signal that we had talked about earlier. Okay, so that's the list, guys. Like I said, if you do have questions, leave them in the comment section below. Even if you don't have questions, please leave the comments. Let me know if you like the videos, what you would like to see different, anything else new that you would like to see me do, whether it's a mini boot camp for you guys, like a mini course that I throw out on the weekends over a Google Meet, something along those lines. But let me know what you guys want to see, because I do this stuff for you guys. It's out there for you guys to become better traders and for you to learn, okay? So questions down below, comments down below. Let me know if you liked it. If you thought it sucked, I don't care. Let me know either way. Make sure you press that like button and watch the ads, guys. I do this for free. Those ads help pay for my time. So when you do that, helps to pay for my time. Ask me on Twitter. Join the Discord for free. Let's do this thing. Good luck next week, and we'll see you all on the next one. Bye-bye.